Welcome to the next big thing in professional wrestling podcasting. This is Raw Is Gibby with your host, Zach Gibby. Welcome to the Raw Is Gibby Podcast, coming at you from parts unknown. It's Zach McGibby, bringing you the next big thing in wrestling podcasting. Remember that if you like this podcast, to leave a like and subscribe to the Raw Is Gibby YouTube channel to get you up to date on the latest wrestling reviews and news. Don't forget to also leave a comment on the podcast if there's anything you want me to improve on for future podcasts. So on this episode of the Raw Is Gibby Podcast, I am doing an opinion vid on the WWE Draft. I'd like to give thanks to the Matt Turmoil Podcast for leaving the suggestion on Twitter. So definitely go check out their podcast. Great stuff from Brad LaPrade and Nurse Nikki. Great stuff. Also great supporters of the Raw Is Gibby Podcast. So definitely go listen to them. You can find them at mattturmoil.podbean.com. Definitely go there. You won't be disappointed. So let's move along to the topic of the WWE Draft. The WWE Draft was created in 2002 after WWF, at the time, acquired WCW and ECW. In a way to separate the wrestlers into different brands, they decided to do a brand split, and accompany that brand split, they decided to do the WWE Draft, an interesting new idea, similar to what you see in sports drafts today with the NFL Draft, with each brand picking a wrestler to represent them on their brand. This was really cool. This was an interesting dynamic back in 2002, and it was a great way to spread out the wrestlers and make wrestling in WWE a bit more special now that there wasn't very much competition for WWE at the time. So Matt Turmoil's original tweet said, WWE Draft, would it be a good idea to bring it back? I think it'd be a great idea to bring it back. I think there's plenty of options to be able to use for the WWE Draft. They are very much in need of building up titles, which he asks in that same tweet. Would titles mean more? Titles would mean a lot more with a WWE Draft. You'd have more specialty to each brand with each title. So let's say we'll put the U.S. title in a SmackDown brand. That would probably make it much more special because there's only a limited amount of competition for that U.S. championship. Therefore, you'll have to build up more talent in order to challenge for that U.S. title. Obviously, you could also do trades in the WWE Draft. That would also be really, really cool. That'd be a great idea. And you'd have some interesting storylines out of that. I am very much in support of bringing back the WWE Draft. The only way it would be able to work is to have a full-out brand split. Just make Raw and SmackDown like completely separate. And not having like Raw being their main show and SmackDown being a minor show and just being a replay for Raw. They should both be major shows, and I believe that they should go back to a format of each brand having their own special pay-per-view. And I also believe that they should do a sort of Super Bowl competition, just like bragging rights, but make it a bit more super. Make it a major pay-per-view. I'm not sure if they would go for 5 major pay-per-views, but the way that Survivor Series is going right now, it's not seeming like that the 6-man tag team match or the Survivor Series elimination matches aren't really getting over with the crowd anymore. So maybe you replace the Survivor Series, if you have the WWE Draft back in, with a special, maybe not Super Brawl like WCW, but like some sort of special name. I wouldn't call it bragging rights again. Maybe just some sort of special names where the two brands clash, and there's maybe you could still do the Survivor Series thing. That could actually maybe, now that I think about it, maybe actually help Survivor Series a lot more, because Survivor Series really hasn't been at its best concerning itself as a major pay-per-view. But a WWE Draft would be great for a brand split, and with that brand split could help with other things. Also, one last thing in his tweet, he asks, is less wrestler burnout? Definitely. Definitely a lot less wrestler burnout. Still have them do live shows, but make it go back to a Raw live show or a SmackDown live show so that you can be able to cover more area, and WWE can still make money by covering all that area with their brands, and also with pay-per-views too. So I'm very much in support of the WWE Draft coming back. I would love to see it come back. It's just they'd have to be really, really committed to it right now. And also, I don't know if they would be committed to it in the network era. I think with the network era now, they just want one big show in Raw. So maybe, I doubt we're going to see the WWE Draft come back, but not a brand split. So, yeah, it'd be an interesting dynamic for WWE to bring back the draft. But in order for the WWE Draft to work, you'd have to have a very much great brand split, making SmackDown its own, Raw its own. You would have the titles meaning more, obviously. And don't have in the draft clauses where don't have clauses where the champion can pick. Make it interesting. Make let's say you split up the WWE World Heavyweight Championship and you put it back to the WWE Championship and the World Heavyweight Championship. You have that separated. Maybe you go back to mid-2000s where the World Heavyweight Championship was on Raw and was just as important as the WWE Championship, on SmackDown. But anyways, that's my opinion. I would love to see the WWE Draft come back, but that would mean a dedicated brand split, and I don't know if WWE would be able to do that, especially with the network era. But personally, I would love to see a draft come back. But the draft would be less effective without a pure brand split. Anyways, guys, that was the opinion vid for Raw Is Gibby Podcast. If you like this podcast, leave a like on the video and subscribe to the Raw Is Gibby YouTube channel. You can find me on Twitter at Raw Is Gibby, and you can also find me on Facebook under the same name. This has been the Raw Is Gibby Podcast with Zach McGibby, and I hope you all have a good day. Gibby out.